You're listening to the #1 podcast in the world, the one and only International Circle of Love podcast. Tune in each week to spread love around the world. Now put your hands together and welcome the Queen of Podcast, Dr. Clarissa Clark.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of my listeners, and I thank you for joining us today. On today's show, we will discuss how daily actions of love is vitally important in your life. Now let's get into this a little bit deeper. Now, Myrna, 38, and a successful physician, sought my help because she often felt inadequate. While she really valued herself as a doctor, she did value herself in her important relationships with friends and family. In addition, she says she wanted to be in a loving relationship, but took no actions to meet available men. Now, in the course of our work together at Dr. Clarissa Clark Consulting Enterprises, it became apparent that Myrna did not value taking loving action in her own behalf with her friends and family. For example, she indicated to me that Jessica, one of Myrna's friends, would often get angry and blame Myrna when Myrna was not available for dinner with Jessica. Myrna would feel guilty and responsible for Jessica's feelings and met her for dinner even when she was exhausted from work. Myrna would feel drained after these dinners and depressed for a few days after, never realizing it was because she had not taken loving care of herself. How many of us have been in that situation? I'm raising my hand. Yeah. So we must take loving care of ourselves. Now moving on. Myrna realized that the reason she was afraid to be in a relationship was because she had no idea how to take care of herself around others. She was terrified of completely losing herself in an important relationship. Now, she indicated she realized that if she could not speak up for herself with Jessica, how in the world could she ever speak up and take loving action for herself with a man she was in love with? She realized that she would continue to feel lonely, anxious, inadequate, and depressed until she learned to take loving action for herself. Now, many people suffer daily from anxiety, depression, stress, and anger, as well as from feelings of guilty, shame, inadequacy, guilt. The major cause of these feelings is a lack of loving action in their own behalf. Now, loving actions fall into two categories. The first one, loving actions for yourself, is one, and loving actions in relationships to others. So we are going to dig deeper. Now, loving actions for yourself might include eating nutritious foods, avoiding junk food and sugar, eating only when hungry and stopping when full. 2, getting enough exercise is vitally important. Number 3, keep your work and have environments clean and organized. Number 4, getting enough sleep is paramount. Number 5, creating a balance between work and play, making sure you have time to get work done, as well as time to do nothing, reflect, learn, play, and create. Number 6, creating a good support system of people who love and care about you. Number 7, being organized with your time, getting places on time, paying bills on time, and so on. Number 8, choosing to be compassionate with yourself rather than judgmental toward others. Let me repeat that. Choosing to be compassionate with yourself rather than judgmental toward yourself. Number 9, creating a balance between time for yourself and time with others. Number 10, make sure you are physically safe by wearing a seatbelt in a car, a helmet on a motorcycle, scooter, or bike, goggles when swimming, and so on. So those were the 10 top loving actions for yourself. And those are vitally important. Now, the next category is loving actions in relationship to others. The top 8. Number 1, being kind and compassionate toward others without compromising your own integrity or ignoring your own needs and feelings. Number 2, saying no when you mean no, and yes when you mean yes, rather than giving yourself up and going along with something you don't want to do, or automatically resisting what another wants from you. Number 3, taking care of your own needs instead of trying to change and control others. Number 4, accepting your lack of control over others and either accepting them as they are or not being around them. Number 5, speaking your truth about what is acceptable to you and what is unacceptable, and then taking action for yourself based on your truth. Number 6, taking personal responsibility for your own feelings and needs. Number 7, creating a balance between giving and receiving rather than a one-way street with another person. 8, you must love yourself always. So as a result of learning to take better care of yourself, alone and with others, Myrna no longer felt depressed and inadequately. She gradually lost her fears of being in a relationship and is delighted to be meeting available men. Yay! Give her a hand, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. We thank you so much for listening. And if you can identify with that, please let me know by going to dr.clarissa.consulting.com. We are working on our website for International Circle of Love. But in the meantime, you can go to dr.clarissa.consulting.com and drop me a note. Okay? Today, make sure you subscribe to International Circle of Love podcast. Recommend our podcast to your friends and family. Follow us on dr.clarissa.consulting.com. YouTube, Facebook, and Pinterest under dr.clarissa.clark.consulting.com. Now, we have a terrific special today. We are giving a 30-minute pre-consultation for the first 10 listeners for a limited time for only $30. A limited space available. Now, Dr. Clarissa Clark provides services in career coaching, business and leadership, corporate etiquette, couple coaching, health and wellness. Book your 30-minute pre-consultation for $30 and mention you heard us on International Circle of Love. Well, I thank you all for taking the time listening today. We appreciate all your support and well wishes. Until next time, bye for now.